Sarah Bernard, and we're still here with Samantha Stolle, who is a naturalist with the Missouri Department of Conservation, and we've been talking about maple sugar and how we can make maple sugar and maple syrup right from our own backyards. But it is a complicated process, but not complicated.
It sounds complicated. It's a lot of hard work, and you have to know what you're doing, but the process itself is simple because it comes straight from the tree sap. You've got the tree sap, and then you boil it down, and if you want to get to syrup, you get it to 219. If you're going more for this granulated sugar, you'd go up to 250 to 254, and then after that, you filter it, and that's a really simple process.
So you boil it.
Yes.
And how long do you have to boil it?
It depends on your process that you're using. Some are really efficient, some of them not so much, but it takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. So you're boiling for a while. It's not something you want to do in your kitchen or anything. You'll have a lot of vapor.
One tree, say the size of this.
Sure.
How much sap are you going to, how many gallons?
It depends on there's a lot of factors, like I said, but it really depends on the season. Some seasons you might get 5 gallons. Sometimes you can get up to 15 gallons from one tree.
Yeah, so that's why maple syrup, pure maple syrup, is so expensive.
This is true, yes.
Yeah. So it's a big process. All right, so talk about the filtering.
I mean, filtering is so simple. We have these nice commercial ones, but there's other things you can use, and you'll pour that hot syrup after you've heated it up and got it down to about 67% sugar content from just this water. It'll start to get that more syrup-like texture that we notice. You'll pour it through there. It'll get the niter out. We don't add anything to it. Sugar is a natural preservative, so after that it's ready for canning, and we do the traditional canning process.
Okay, so you filter it and then you can it.
And then it's good for years as long as you canned it right.
That's amazing. Does it have to be refrigerated?
Once it's opened, yeah. And the sap itself, so sap will last for a year in the freezer, but only about 7 days in the refrigerator.
Okay.
So you've got to use it once you've got it.
Right.
Which is why historically when they do this, it would be a 24/7 process. As soon as they tapped their trees, they'd get their fires going, they'd start boiling, and they wouldn't stop until that sap changed in March. So it's a 24/7 thing. I can't even imagine.
So the event that you have for the public coming up on February 7th, a week from Saturday, will all of these tools will be available, and people will actually learn firsthand how to do this.
More than learn, they're actually going to get to have the opportunity to try these things. They'll get to use different taps in trees. They'll do some of our trials of the time, some of the things our ancestors struggled with that we found more modern techniques for, with the yoke and buckets, things like that.
So you'll show them that process.
And they'll have the opportunity to try it out, and we'll actually even have them carrying jugs of sap for us and see that it is hard work, but the process is so worth it, because then they'll get to sample all the sweet treats from sugar, the granulated sugar, the syrup. We also make sugar on snow taffy. That's a really fun one. Kids always love that. You just pour it hot right onto some shaved ice or the snow, and it makes this nice caramel taffy. That's what she talks about in Little House in the Big Woods.
Oh, neat. Okay, Lori Ingalls Wilder. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so in all these different tools and things, where can people find these if they want to try it at home? Is this something that you'll sell at the event?
We actually don't sell them at the event, but we will help connect people with different resources depending on their needs. We'll have a whole section called Backyard Sugaring, where people who are interested in doing this at home can get connected to some of our resources, which are also available online.
Okay, good. So it sounds like lots of fun.
It is. It definitely takes over our lives during this time of the year, but it's so worth it.
I can tell you're super. Do you have maple sugar or maple syrup every morning on your pancakes?
Yes, I definitely do, and my kids too, and they know the difference between real maple sugar and the fake stuff.
Do they really?
They do.
And they have an appreciation for it. That's
of
great.
course.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Samantha, for coming and sharing the tools of the trade, and all of your learning and instruction, and I'm sure we'll see you out there on February 7th, which is so exciting. So for more information on the Rockwood Maple Sugar Festival, call 636-458-2236 or visit the website at MDC.MO.gov. Stay tuned. We'll have more STL TV Live after this break.